bem-vindos a mais um vídeo do Combo Infinito. Eu sou Ariel e mais um vídeo de entrevista especialíssima com Ed Boon, Adeptex.
Pela segunda vez a gente está aqui com um dos maiores monstros da indústria dos games, Ed Boon, o cara.
Ed, thank you for your time and for being here in Brazil in the launch day of the game. We will have some questions and we'll begin with your Twitter.
Sure.
Who manages your Twitter and why does it like to play with your hearts in the positive way?
Me, I manage it, and I hope I'm not playing with people's hearts, but I'm just trying to be interesting, entertaining, and a little teasing.
A little teasing.
And how did you feel doing your first fatality by cutting off Tanya's head in Convocação?
I felt terrible. I felt guilty, and I had to keep telling myself, it's just a cake. It's just a cake. So.
How to manage so many beloved characters at the same time?
It's challenging. One of the things about Mortal Kombat is whenever we release a game, there's 20-something characters, but there's about 90 or 100 in the whole Mortal Kombat universe. So inevitably, somebody isn't going to make the cut, and there's always a character or characters that they're not in the original roster, but then everybody is just, like Melina in the last game.
And now Jade.
Now Jade,
Yeah.
exactly. So there's still hope because there's, we always continue to support the game with more characters, and we do that for a long time, years. But the way I look at it is if you don't see the character, you'll be that much happier when you see them later in the next version of this game or a future game or something like that. So.
A short one, Melina or Kitana?
Kitana. Yeah.
Why?
Kitana. Well, because I'm sick of hearing about Melina.
I believe you.
And I think Kitana is a little bit more of a pure good. Melina has a pretty evil side.
Yeah.
So,
The competitive fighting game scene is growing a lot. Can we expect big news from NetherRealm about this?
Yes, I think certainly we're going to be participating in a number of the fighting game tournaments that are going to be all over the world, right? And there's announcements that are coming that I'm not allowed to talk about right now, but there's certainly plans for sure.
Nice.
We have a tournament in which the player needs to perform a mercy.
Oh, really?
Yes,
Yeah.
don't forget to do
Wow.
this. Otherwise, he will be punished. Can we wait for mercy to arrive in MK1?
Oh, well,
It's more like a request.
Yeah.
there's a whole bunch of features that we have in Mortal Kombat that we don't have time to put everything. So there's like friendships, fatalities, mercy, test your might, all the animalities, all of those things. And so I think we will be continuing to add features into the game, and it's based on what everybody wants to see the most usually. So people, the louder you yell, the better chance.
Okay.
Get it.
That's
That's a tip
positive.
from us.
Yeah. We need to talk about crossplay. It is possible for us to have a prediction on when it will arrive. Crossplay is very important to keep the community together.
Yes, we agree, and I think ideally we would have wanted to launch the game with crossplay, but we were putting together so many things. This is on a brand new graphics engine, whole new hardware. There was so much that we were doing. We had to hold it off, but there will absolutely be crossplay coming. I shouldn't pick a date because then I don't want to set up expectations and let people down. But we are getting it in as fast as we can because we do know that it is important.
Besides the QA team, who is the best NetherRealm MK player?
Well, the QA team is absolutely the best. So after that, well, that's a tough question. I don't know. It's definitely not me. It's definitely not me.
Maybe Derek?
No, it's
No?
not Derek. no, it's not Derek. He's better than me, though. That's for
Okay,
sure. That's for sure.
What games does Ed Boon like to play?
like to play is different than can play. Like
Yeah.
right now we're finishing the game. I can't play anything, but I'm definitely looking forward to playing Starfield. I love Street Fighter and Tekken. I'm definitely looking forward to those games as well. But there's a whole bunch of games that I just never had a chance to play that are on like a stack that I'll be playing. So.
But Baldur's Gate?
I don't dislike it, but I know the team who makes it. But I'm afraid of how much time it's gonna require to go into. So I'm a little intimidated by going. Yeah.
What was like meeting your lost twin brother here in Brazil?
It was somebody said, "Wow, he looks just like you," and I was like, "Oh my God, that's right." So I got a picture of it. Well, he's clearly younger than me, so I think it was like twins from a few decades difference.
A difference line,
Maybe
timeline.
Different timeline. Exactly.
You've posted many times about the other franchise that your fans would like to see return. What fighting game franchise would you like to see return?
Oh, that's a good question. There are a lot of them that I've been big fans of. I certainly like the Marvel vs. Capcom franchise. That's a good one. And they have a high bar though, because Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, I felt was like the highest that they've achieved. So it's going to be hard to top that one. I guess that would be the one is Marvel vs. Capcom.
Marvel vs. Capcom is some kind of inspiration for King of Fighters.
Yeah, we had in Mortal Kombat 9, we actually had a whole tag system that players can get into. And what we found was the vast majority of the players were playing without the tag. And I think at the end of the day, we were asking players, learn two characters. Learn how to play two characters. And some players were just a little bit intense, like I'm having enough trouble with just one. And so asking for another. So that was part of the motivation with the cameo characters is we simplified them, gave them like assist moves, but we didn't have them play the full fight. And so far it's been accepted really well. So players who aren't like pro gamers, they've really gotten into the cameos. And so certainly we're going to be releasing more cameo characters as well as main roster characters.
What would you say to 1992 Ed Boon about finally having Van Damme in game?
I would say be patient, it's going to happen, even though it's going to take 30 years. It's going to take 30 years. It's funny, it took more time to get Van Damme in Mortal Kombat than from when I was born until we wanted to do it. It was, I was in my 20s when we did that, and that was 30 years ago. So, but yeah, it was great to have it, just because, like I said, in the first game we wanted it to be a Van Damme game, and we just could not make it happen. And we tried over the years too. It wasn't just the one try, but we finally made it happen. It was great.
The last one, in 30 years, your team has gone through many experiences. What would be the next step? Could we see the NetherRealm working on games in other genres?
Oh, I'd love to. One of the great things about Mortal Kombat is it's people love it. It's when a game comes out, people are excited about it. One of the challenges is they want another one and then another one, and to keep feeding the beast takes up a lot of your time. It takes a lot of energy. But we've done things like we've made Injustice games, and we've also done some mobile games and whatnot. But I'm still always excited about doing a different type of game, doing just kind of stretching.
Shaolin Monks, man.
Yeah, like a Shaolin Monks sequel and stuff like that. But even other games outside of
Questions about Shaolin Monks is some kind like Melina questions for
you.
you.
Yeah. Not as intense, but certainly
same craziness.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you, Ed. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Obrigado a vocês que ficaram com a gente nesse vídeo, espero que vocês tenham gostado, sempre uma honra estar aqui com a Red Bull, e a gente se vê no próximo vídeo.
Valeu!